I think it's like the smelly people stick to the smelly people.
I can like Eskimo kiss a machine.
Yeah, and you've just missed the net.
I've just missed purposely.
So
energy.
yeah, definitely like these Dr Pepper beats or whatever they are.
I don't think I'll ever become 6'3".
Do you hear the noise? The distance. Oh, it's Ben playing ping pong again.
Yeah, imagine a 10-year-old.
Oh,
I think I'm whacking them out. I reckon they are done.
We'll learn to eat with the microphone as well. You'll hear some amazing noises though.
I don't think I could even eat anything. Welcome to episode 2.
Welcome.
I have my notes at the left again. I am slightly intoxicated, but I can still film episode 2. And it probably will make it more entertaining.
Yeah, and I am completely 100% sober.
So,
yeah.
I went to a wine tasting, but before I get on to that, you probably won't hear about it for about 20 minutes because I have actual notes to go through this time. So the first podcast was an absolute ramble. A ramble to the point of when I listened to it, I thought we were really good, but at the same time, we didn't explain anything about what we do, who we are, or anything else. So, again, you are Ben.
I am Ben.
I am Howi. We work together. We live together. We mostly do like graphics and marketing. We met at work.
We did.
I joined his company that he worked for at the time. And we became lovers ever since.
Pretty much.
So I think I'm just going to go through our little backgrounds.
Yes.
And what we actually do now. And what we want to do for the future. So before we do that, I have a list of things that I want to apologise for during episode 1. I want to say sorry for rambling. I want to say sorry for not introducing ourselves fully. I want to say sorry for lip smacking. Because when I was listening to it, I thought we were lip smacking.
Yeah.
I want to say sorry for trying to fight children. And I want to say sorry for being so interesting that you're now listening to an episode 2.
Which is technically episode 1 as well.
Yes.
But,
since
yeah.
it was an episode 0. It was an episode 0 because we rambled so much that we looked at it and we're like, that's an episode 0, I think.
Yeah, I think we got 20 minutes in and thought the lip smacking was taking the piss now.
I know. I got to the point where I was looking at software to remove it, and I was like, no, let me watch this other video where it says, don't hold the mic at the back of your throat, which I think is what we were doing.
Yeah.
So now I'm holding it this far away. I think that far away is good.
Yeah. We're less lovers of the mic and more friends now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, we're playing hard to get with the mics is what we're trying to say.
Friendly acquaintance. Yeah, I've wrote on this list, which is now, I think, slightly irrelevant because I actually didn't write this at the gym. I only wrote the first 4 lines at the gym. But I put, while I was at the gym, I've created a loose guide so then we can stay on track.
Yeah.
But I didn't write any of it at the gym. I wrote it a couple of hours ago today. And I wrote it at the gym probably about 5 days ago, where I had the intention to write a full track.
Yeah.
I didn't. So here we are. Do you want to go first as Ben from Ben and Howie, or would you like me to go first? Yours is a lot shorter than mine.
Yes.
So
it's not very nice. How do you know?
All right, you know what? You can go first.
Yeah.
Background.
So I'm Ben. Obviously, I've introduced myself before, and but not very well. I currently work at a company in Chorley. I do like basically I'm the IT manager there, and I do like a lot of data work there and stuff like that. But when it comes to our stuff for the Ben and Howie, I assist this my lovely friend here, and we he's a lot more of the designing side, and I always seem to come up with good ideas, but I'm still getting used to a lot of the design stuff and all this stuff. I feel like a lot of the time I've got the ideas and I want to like put it out there, and sometimes it's like, oh mate, can you just help me with this and stuff like that. But I am getting better, and and I just enjoy it, you know, in general. And I think we kind of became friends like through work, obviously, like how we were saying, and yeah, we literally just became friends through work, and as soon as like we met, we were friends like from the get go. I feel like we were very chatty from day one, and then we instantly got into the fact of we could do a business together. It became many things, many different names, many ideas.
Yeah.
But we eventually finished on the simple fact of Ben and Howie, because simply as it is, it's us, just like the pod. The pod is us. I think it just works smoothly. Yeah.
Everything is us.
Yes.
To flip over to me, I'm a man of many skills. And when I say that, I mean I can do design, and I've done many other jobs that I haven't been as good at. Started graphics when I was like 16. Never really left graphics. The only time I've really left it is when I went to uni for it, and they can't pay me to go to uni, so I had to get another job. So I worked at Amazon as a robotics engineer. I worked at a bar. I've done many other jobs. A lot of the fact just lead me into website work, because when I was like 17, they made me learn code, and it's haunted me ever since. I don't like doing code. And now I work by myself, pretty much. I don't work by myself, but I work in Manchester with 2 or 3 clients, and we're building something now. We're doing the podcast. We've back and forthed, I'd say, we were going to do a clothing brand, and then we decided to do marketing stuff, and I think we're settling on doing like merch designs type stuff, or just working with musicians in general, I'd say, because although I think we're good friends, I think we also have a passion for music.
Yes.
I'd say. So the background is Ben worked at a marketing agency. Like I said, I've had a drink. A marketing agency for a long time. You worked there for like 10 years.
Yeah, a very long time.
And I've done marketing, but I'm a very graphical man who has done very graphical stuff for a long time. So I think merging those together with the passion that we have will just create something good.
Yes.
Also, podcast, good, because we ramble. We used to get told off a lot for talking. So why not do it on video? You know what I mean? So, Porridge in the Afternoon, that is the name of the podcast. You'll have seen that in the first one. You'll have heard it in the first one. Explaining it in the first one is just the fact that we had porridge and it was past 12 o'clock. That is it. And it just sounds cool. That's all it came from. There is nothing more. There is nothing less. Porridge is the best. I do have granola though. But
He's a traitor.
that's because I have granola in the morning and I have porridge in the afternoon. So
yes.
I can't have porridge in the afternoon for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Who does that? Freaks.
Exactly. So that's us. Where we're at now is we do this podcast. We try to work with musicians. That is our now.
Yeah.
Oh, and we live together.
Yeah.
We live in a duplex apartment in Manchester, and the duplex apartment has windows from our bedrooms where we can look at each other and hear each other sleep. Which I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, it pretty much sold the place to us.
Yeah. We want a third bedroom purely to just have a little bit more space, but I want the bedroom next to Ben.
We'll still be somehow pushing the beds
so we
together.
can still, yeah. Pushing the beds together in different rooms. That's how we want it. That's how we'll have it until we get bored.
Yes.
Which hopefully won't be for a long time.
I can't see it. I really can't.
I've rushed through segment 1 and segment 2 in the space of about 5 minutes. I've rushed through segment 1, segment 2, and segment 3 in the space of about 5 minutes, which are all the notes that I've made, I think. Okay. I can make sure, yep, that's completely true. I have no other notes. This was supposed to be more put together, and I've already run out of notes. So you said you have something to say.
I do.
Feel free.
So, I want to just get my notes out on my phone, just to double check that I'm saying it right, because I feel like I will butcher the phrase.
Yeah.
But the question I have for you today, my friend, is when it opens up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, there we are.
He said it to me earlier, and he was like, "Do you know what this is?" And I said, "No." And then he said, "I'll save it for the pod."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Okay."
He just stared at me for a couple of seconds, like, "Yeah, I'm not saying it now."
Oh, I don't know what it is.
So, Howie,
Yes.
do you know what a mnemonic is?
No.
I think that's how it's pronounced. But basically, right, I was driving the other day, and I saw on the back. Do you know like how you just see like the compass? How it's north, east, southwest. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I struggled then. Struggled a bit more than I should have done.
I know. It's only 4.
I know, it's only 4. But I was thinking, right, do you think it's crazy that one person, right, sat like at home or in their random like hut somewhere and decided that the way that we'll remember this, right, is never eat shredded wheat?
Yeah.
So I always think, right, I was thinking about it and I was like, somebody has said that at some point in their life and then it's just stuck, and now everybody, I'm pretty sure, knows that. That's how a lot of kids remember it in school, and how a lot of adults like us probably remember it as well. And then I got onto the facts of thinking, what other ones are there? Obviously there's one for the rainbow. I don't want to butcher it, so I will check my notes.
I don't know the rainbow. I kind of sing the song. Red and yellow and green and blue. Is that the one?
Yep.
Violet?
Just before that, there's
Indigo?
Yes.
Indigo, violet.
That's it?
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
That's the whole rainbow?
Yeah. So basically, it's Richard of York gave battle in vain.
Oh, I did know that.
Yes. So I just thought about this and I was like, what other ones are there? Like, do you know any? And I was like, I was trying to Google a few, and to be honest, it just kept giving me like explanations of what they actually are and stuff like that. And I was like, I want more examples.
Right.
And do you know any?
Any more for the rainbow?
No, just any more like examples of that. Like I would just like.
Oh right, like acronyms.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's what I thought it was called. And then I started Googling it and I started going into a bit of a rabbit hole.
Not really. I probably will, but you've asked me while I've been on a wine course.
Yeah.
So not at the moment.
I have done him a little bit there. I did think this.
It's fine. He asked me if I didn't want to record it today, but I thought, you know what? It probably makes it more entertaining. And I am holding the mic further away, so you won't hear my drunken slur quite as much. And the whole chip will have settled, so I will have less of a slur than last time. I still have a slur, mostly because of the wine. Probably still 10% because I'm getting used to it. But it's fine. What is your acronym that you have got for me? Is it? Have you got another acronym?
No.
Oh,
I wanted to.
What was the word that you told me then? What is this word?
So basically,
what is
that is what it is. So
that's what it's called.
Yeah. So it's basically just a mnemonic is a device such as a pattern of letters, ideas, or associations that assist in remembering something. For example, Richard of York gave battle in vain. So it was like a little thing that I just started thinking about, and I thought I'll bring it up on the pod because I was just like I say, how many people know that?
Yes.
That is like, thank you. That is
That's
like
fine.
crazy to me. Like
I'm only doing that because I've got my mic on my lap, and if you are closer, we'll have a sound difference.
Yes.
So it could be possible that I have to hold it closer, but I'm gonna hold it here because I can turn it up.
That's fair.
Whereas it'll be a bit awkward if I have to turn it down. I tried so hard not to spit into the mic though. I don't have any others. I don't think. There is probably more. I'm trying to think on the fly and maybe talking while I'm thinking.
I know.
And I can't. There will be more. The ABC won't have one because that's just ABC. The I remember that little mouse thing from Disney that makes you remember all the countries. I can't remember that
Oh,
one. Have you ever watched that? It's like in geography, and it's that
I've seen
little.
it. Yes.
Yes.
I
Can I
can't
remember any of it? No.
No, same. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking the exact same thing.
No, no.
But like, it just, it's such a like weird little thing that I just think about the fact that you go up to anybody like probably in the streets and they're most likely going to know that. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking like, there's a lot of things I was thinking the other day that like, there's general knowledge to some people that somebody has been sheltered and not known that or not
Yeah.
known something. But I
There's one about
guarantee that they
elephants
know
as
that.
well.
Yes. I can't remember what it is, but I remember the
There's
elephant
one about
was a thing.
elephants with north, south, east, west.
Yes, and I think I might have actually been told that before this one, but then this one ended up taking over the never eat shredded wheat.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure, but it just sticks, doesn't it? It's just crazy. And just think how like shredded wheat got like proper like just everybody wanting shredded wheat when that became a thing. everybody,
Everyone wanted
everybody
shredded wheat.
clearly everybody wanted it.
Okay.
No, but like, I just think like somehow they've branded themselves by somebody just saying a random thing. What happens if it was Mr. Shredded Wheat himself?
I'll tell you what, it's a bad do. If people are eating shredded wheat, it shows how dumb people are. And people are eating shredded wheat more when the phrase is never eat shredded wheat.
Yeah, that's a
You
very
got-
good
you gotta-
point.
you gotta be-
It's mind games, mate. It's opposite day is what it is all the time.
You gotta be thick as pigs. Telling you that for free if you're eating shredded wheat because of that phrase.
You never know. Kids though, they whenever you're told, a lot of people, whenever you're told to not do something, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Typically, I do not want to go straight away and eat shredded wheat. I'd probably go for a different brand or something else, like porridge.
I don't think shredded wheat is a brand.
Isn't it? Is it just the actual type of thing then? There we are. Did I know that? Probably not.
Every day's a school day.
Every day is a school day.
I heard that today. While I was working, while I was in the office, someone said that. And I think it's just because they were supposed to know something and they didn't. So they just looked at their colleague and just went, every day's a school day. Oh no, it was in a bar. That's why I'm steaming, because I was in a bar today. It was in a bar because they did something wrong. They was pouring a pint wrong, and someone told him off basically. And he just went, every day's a school day, and then he walked off.
To be fair though, what else do you say to that? I feel like that would just throw him back about, oh, fair enough. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, I can't be mad at you anymore because you
guess
apparently
so.
are a child now.
Yeah, you speak like a toddler. So
We're somehow getting onto this topic again. We better not be talking about beating them up again.
I didn't talk about beating up toddlers. I spoke about beating up 10-year-olds.
Sorry.
It's very different.
Yes, that is very different. A lot more like, yeah.
But yeah, just to clear my name, I work in a co-working office. They get events to entice people into working at the co-working office, and one of them was a wine tasting, which is what I have gone to today, and I was supposed to drink 4 different wines, 2 of them white, 2 of them red. I drank 8 because some people didn't turn up, and I just kept nicking them. I'm not gonna lie, I just kept stealing them. So I actually had 4 white, 4 red, which were pretty lethal. I felt like I learned quite a lot though, and I was sat next to a dude who does photography, who I've never spoke to in my life, and as soon as he walked in, we got on really well. He also had 8, so can I blame it on him? Maybe I can blame it on him. Did I pick up the drinks first? Yes. Will I blame it on him? Yes. After the fact, we socialised, did some networking, and then and then we left and went to a bar. Did I get anyone's contact details? Did I get any work from it? No. Did I get too drunk? I'm gonna say no. Did I get tipsy? I'm gonna say yes. But it was good. I enjoyed it. I think I found a bar that we can go to now.
Exciting.
It was pretty good. It felt quite cozy, and one of the people who were there, who I met up with at the bar, also worked there, but I think it was their night off.
Oh, okay. So they really like the place.
So, yeah, I think they just get a discount.
That makes
But
more
I'm not
sense.
too sure.
Okay.
I might be making that up. But who knows?
Who knows?
So I'll probably see all them tomorrow and probably be a little embarrassed, I think. I don't think I was bad. And I honestly think people were worse. There was an Irish guy who I don't think was very with it. But I'm not too sure. So
What, before he turned up or midway through? What are we talking?
yeah, 12 o'clock I saw him midday and he was legless.
Yeah, not his porridge yet, that's why.
Yeah, that's porridge, yeah. Once he had it, we were fine. When he went to wine tasting, I thought he was sober. As good as a plank.
I love it. I'm very jealous, to be fair, mate. It made me laugh because he rang me on the way home, and that's what made me think maybe I'll ask him if he's ready for the pod. Because as soon as he answered, I was like, he sounds a little bit tipsy.
It's just
maybe
the
more.
fresh air hit me. That's all it was.
It was, but no, you sounded alright when you got in. It was one of them that I feel like he sounded a lot worse on the phone than he did, and then we were talking for about 10, 20 minutes, something like that, and he sounded so much better. I feel like you just sobered up instantly.
I had my tea. That's what it was. I
Yeah.
had my chicken bean thing. I had like a protein thing from a supermarket. I'm not sure I can say that. A supermarket. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a bit cold. I didn't tell you that, but I think I just left it in a little. I pulled it out a little too soon. But it's already pre-cooked. Any stuff like that's pre-cooked. So
Yeah,
if I have a stomachache later, it won't show up on the pod. So
that's true. Food poisoning, just pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Sorted, it didn't happen. Didn't eat that last night. Sorted.
yeah, exactly. This podcast is marked as a design podcast, so I'm gonna pull it back. When we were talking about Hannah Lily and Lewis Fitzgerald, these are people that we are going after. I think, kind of, a little bit, very passive,
Yeah.
aggressively. Hannah Lily more than Lewis Fitzgerald. Lewis Fitzgerald. I'm still getting used to it. I used to have a chip. Leave me alone. But it's only because we didn't have time to do anything for Lewis.
Yeah.
Whereas Hannah, we've done more for. We did the stickers and stuff like we mentioned last time.
Yeah.
So I think we're on the way. I don't think we've proved ourselves yet. But I think the music industry is more... It's more interesting, but it's more challenging.
Yeah.
Whereas I think it'd be quite easy for us to break into, normal business stuff. Just like local bars and small businesses. I think it'd be quite easy to break into, but it's not as challenging. We're not as passionate about it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to that because I don't want to say like that it's easier one way or the other, but I think for us, it's nice. I feel like to have a challenge for us. Like I feel like we could do that, but it's nice to have the challenge of trying to talk to these people that we really like and stuff and we think are cool. Because imagine if we're like one day we're just like, oh yeah, one of our clients is Hannah Lily or like Lewis Fitzgerald, and we're like, we literally listen to their music and we are now talking to them as a client and we're doing work for them. That's just so cool. And they're like showing stuff off that we've done for them, like Hannah Lily did with that poster.
Yeah.
And honestly, how we created that poster, and as soon as it was on there, I was buzzing because I was like, "That's so cool," and I was proper excited. Even though it wasn't me that did the poster, like it was the fact of, like we sat there, we went through a few pictures together. We both got pictures on the from the thing as well, didn't
From
didn't
the gig that we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just picked like the right ones from what we got, and it was like a nice little project for both of us. But at the same time, then you took it, and then while I was in work, and then it came out with this poster, and it looked so good. And you came out with 2 actually, didn't you? Sorry.
I came out with 2. I think both of them was good. One of them was picked up for her post. So she did a post for the Birmingham show that we went to. I am going to cough in a moment. I've got a cough. It's nothing to do with me drinking. But that poster made it into the post. So I think that was cool.
Yeah.
It's also on our wall. I'm not going to go and turn the camera. Just believe me, it's on the wall.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. I would say it's A3, but I think I printed it on A3, but I didn't print it borderless, so I had to cut it, and now it's like A4.5. It's A4.5. But it's still a good poster. And it's not even the one that she put on. It's actually the other one, the alternative one. It's just because I like that one better. It's got the full band in, whereas the one that she's put on is just her, which makes sense because she's the artist. But I like the full band because I did like music and stuff in school, so I can play the piano slightly. So I have a lot of appreciation for people who can play instruments.
Yeah.
I can't play the guitar for the life of me, although I wish I could because it's so much cooler than a piano. Because people call me a horrible name, and I'm like, oh, I can be a pianist. I'll leave that up to the imagination, even there's not imagination to leave it up to. It's very obvious what I used to be called. But here we go. It's fine. But actually, fun little event. Hannah Lily did a TikTok live, and I asked her about the stickers that we gave her, and they're actually on her door, that she's stuck on her door, which is really cool. All of them, including our logo, which is really cool, and it shows that she's a team player at the end of the day. Every sticker she was given, she's put up. So fair play. I think that makes me like her more.
Yeah, because it really showed as well that she did appreciate it. Like, she said it to us and we could tell by the way she was saying it, but I think just that little bit of like cementing it even more, the fact that she panned it to like a door and it's actually on like a door like in her bedroom. That's like crazy.
Yeah,
and it's just such a cool thing. Like, it's really nice to have been like to realise that she actually really liked it, and the time that we spent on it was worth it. You know what I mean? Because she appreciated it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So like, I think if we find more people, there's a lot of work out there, and I think it's a harder industry to break into because you're designing for real people. Sorry. But like when you're working business to business, everyone gets that you're making money and you're kind of doing it for the money, and it's just a lot easier to waffle, whether you're talking about like doing social media or if you're talking about a website. But when it's with a musician, it's a real person that you're talking to, so they don't think about the money first. They think about the look of it, and I think I like that. But you need to earn their trust more to work with them, because it's their hard-earned cash that they're paying you to do advertisement for them, whether it's t-shirts or posters or even like stuff like tote bags. It's none of the marketing side, it's all the design, and I think that's what I like about it, especially when we have a passion for music and finding these little people where like we don't have to base our livelihood off it. It's more of a passion that we can make into a living.
Yeah.
Because we have other things going on. We don't need to, we don't need to beg people like Hannah Lily or like, even like Mackenzie Mackie that we went to go see.
Yeah.
We're not like begging them for money. We're not trying to do everything for them for the cash. We're trying to work with them because we like them and we want to do stuff for them because we have the skill to make the stuff that they want to see at the price that they're willing to pay. And then we can just ramp it from there.
No, yeah, exactly. Because it's nice to like go and see somebody that we like, and then it's just nice to see somebody that we like to then like potentially work with, like, and then us creating something for them. It's not, like I say, it's not about the money at all. It's about the fact of they might appreciate what we do, and then they'll show that off and stuff like that, and that's growing. But it becomes from a passion place, because like these are all people that we think are cool, and they might think we're cool, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Like, and it's more of a balance, so like a level, like instead of it just being like we're down here and they're there, it's nice to like be like level, and because we're both thinking the same thing of each other, because we're both thinking, oh, they're cool and we're cool. It's just
it's artists working with artists.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it.
Very
like
well
we
put.
just need to prove that we're artists and not just businessmen.
Yeah. No, exactly. And I think that comes with personality as well, like of us being able to talk to these people, and like, if we're being honest, being vulnerable and putting ourselves out there, because we went to Hannah Lily with, not even joking, a little envelope that we kept passing to each other because we were nervous. If we're being honest, like, I think we were nervous to talk to her because we've spoken to her for a bit and we're like, she's gonna know about this. Like, you sent an Instagram when I was driving down, and
Yeah.
we sent it with a picture of us, like, with a thing being like, can you please get this, because we're gonna hold it the whole thing.
We're gonna have to hold it the whole gig. Yeah, we're gonna have to hold it the whole gig. And I ended up holding it between my legs because I wanted to clap because she was really good.
Yeah.
She were really good. So I was there looking like I was gonna piss myself because I had an envelope between my legs. But it's just one of those where we haven't broken into the industry. No one knows who we are. We've just got to show compassion until people know the name.
Yeah, exactly. And I genuinely believe that this can be our thing, our niche. I think that we're willing, like, we already, I feel like, are putting more work into this than we've put into anything else before, because we're enjoying it. I think we genuinely believe that this can go somewhere, and we're not just like, we're trying to speed up the process as much as possible. We're also not trying to rush into it because we want it to be right. And that was what it was for a lot of the time. We didn't finalise what we wanted with the business, because every time we do something, we'd be like, do we want it to be that? And then you'd think of something, wouldn't you? Be like, do I want it to look like this? And then I'd think of something and be like, is that right? And it was a lot of to-in and fro-in, probably more from your part, because I feel like you love it to be perfect. And I was thinking, like, from the side of being like, but it can't be perfect till we make it something. But then I'm also like, but I do want it to be perfect. And it just became this kind of bit of a circle of us going into, like, just keep going into different things and being like, right, we need something that we want to do. We just kind of sat down, didn't we? Like, quite recently, to be fair. And it was like a few months back after we moved, because after we'd settled fully and we'd got comfortable together of living together and stuff like that. We were already comfortable, but obviously getting used to being around each other all the time.
I think the problem was, on my part anyway, is I worked in brand design. I've worked in brand design for a long time. It's what I started in, and it's what I edge myself back to. And I think the hardest thing, and I think any, like, designer will agree with it, it's hardest to brand yourself, because you can put yourself in someone else's shoes, and it's a lot easier because you just have to, like, picture what they want. But to picture what you want personally is really hard, because you want to put an image out, but you know yourself better than anyone. So creating under these different names that we created, we've had multiple names over the couple of years that we've known each other. The couple of times that we've tried to do it, it's always been under a different name. We've had like 4 names, and at the end of it, I just kind of looked at you and was like, let's just go with our names, because that's what we're comfortable with. That's what we've always gone by. And, like, you've obviously your entire life gone by Ben, and you haven't got a nickname.
Yeah,
like
Ben is the nickname technically.
Ben is the nickname to Benjamin. And since I was at uni, since I was at college, I got Howi, and I've just kind of rolled with it in my design aspect anyway. Like, I've always branded stuff that I've done as Howi. In any kind of work setting, people have called me Ewan by my actual name. But I want to portray myself as that designer name of Howi. So Ben and Howi makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is what you will see on the podcast, is the people that produce it, which is me and you. And we've created the podcast, Porridge in the Afternoon. It's just a good name, and it needed to be somewhere other than my forearm. Wrong forearm. This one. So here it is.
Yeah.
And we will eat porridge on the 3rd episode. We're supposed to eat it on the 1st. We're not going to eat it on this one because I think I'll be sick. And also, it's 10 o'clock at night, which makes it not the afternoon. This isn't called porridge in the evening.
No.
Or porridge in the night. It's porridge in the afternoon. So next time will be the one.
Yes. I was debating getting a quick cut of us into it, but I think you're right. It doesn't seem right. It's not the afternoon. It doesn't seem right to eat porridge when it's not the afternoon. Because when are you actually going to eat porridge, really?
Before we started this podcast, we did agree to record it another time. I forgot about that until just now. So
I kind of was like, I'm not going to stop him. I'm going to let him do it.
Yes. That shows how many wines I've had. So 3rd episode it will be. It was going to be this episode. It's not going to be anymore because I've just said that. So, womp womp. Every episode has to have a womp womp.
It does, or some kind of noise like that.
Yeah, so
a fart sound.
I'm going to have to do the fart now.
Right, oh my god. It's really embarrassing, right? And I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna put myself out there.
He has a fart fetish.
No. I think they're just a bit funny, aren't they? Just a bit too funny sometimes, aren't they? Really, like we went to Ireland not so long ago, and I was both going in on myself because I was cringing like crazy, but also couldn't stop laughing. We're on the plane and we were about to get off, but we had to wait, and there were so many people around, and he just kept doing it, kept making noises, and I was like, please stop, mate. But I was looking around, and I think a few people were like, what's he doing? And then I was laughing, but I couldn't stop laughing because it was just so pathetic. But I laugh at things I shouldn't laugh at, and I know that's bad, but then it just makes it funny all the time. And
I was leaning into people that I didn't know while we were flying and going, by the way, he laughs at farts, watch this. And he laughs every time. So
I'm not even taking the piss. It's a genuine laugh as well. Like, obviously now I'm probably a little bit old because I'm like, but I'm talking about it. But yeah, it's funny. It is funny, and it's really, really pathetic.
It is pathetic.
Maybe I will grow up. Maybe eventually I will grow up.
Maybe you will.
Maybe 27 I'll grow up, but probably not.
So what would you say are your 3 greatest skills?
3 greatest skills?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
Think about the first one. I didn't want to know his skills. I just wanted to fart while he was thinking about something.
Oh, no. I honestly, all I could think about was farts, and that's so wrong.
That's disgusting. His 3 greatest skills are laughing at farts, looking at farts, and smelling farts. Those are his 3 greatest skills.
I don't want anything more or anything less.
Love is the best. But yeah, again, I ran out of questions a long time ago. Well, I never had any questions. I just wanted to apologise for the first episode.
Okay.
Which I feel like we've covered and we've recovered from. We've spoke a lot about work stuff. What do we want in the future? That's a good one. That is an actual question that I will be serious about.
What's my voice, jeez.
Voice break, what are you, 13?
Goes on to the fact that I'll probably never grow up.
Yeah, it's a good job you're 13, because if you were 10, I'd whack you out. I think I want a bigger apartment that we live in, because we have a 2-bed, and I want like an office space to work on more stuff like this, because we are, as much as we pretended that we were in a studio last episode, we are just sat on our sofa. So that's fine. But I think that's being, truthful and transparent. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll grow from here. And then we'll have a whole set, and we'll have someone behind a camera instead of filming it on my iPhone. I want a free bed so we can have an office. I want you to leave your current job so then you can work on stuff like this full time.
Yeah. I think that's the goal in it, because in reality, I think we're both wanting to come to a point where it's like this is a big part of our lives, right? And this is like our main thing, and it's very exciting to me. The idea of that, and obviously I've been at work like the same place for a very long time. Like, I think I just need something new in the base of that, and I think this is the new for us, and well, for me as an individual, but also for us as well. And it's nice to do it with a friend, because I think you've got like the comfortability of like talking to each other about it and stuff, and not having to do it on your own and stuff like that.
It's good for stuff like the podcast, because we used to chat rubbish all day, every day. So it's not new to us.
No.
It's just new having to hold a mic, which is why we were spitting last episode. And not in the good way, not bars. Just phlegm.
Just actual spit.
Just actual spit. So that's not new. It's more just doing creative things without someone breathing down our throat. Yeah. Which is what Porridge in the Afternoon is about, but it's also what Ben and Howi is going to be about. So like, working with these people that we want to work with, and we can choose who we want to work with as well. So if you're not interested, I don't give a shit about what you do. Like, and I'm not going to be able to create good stuff for you. But if I do find you interesting, man, I can create the best stuff for you. Yeah. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, we can create good stuff. And a lot of the reason why I'm good working with you is because I've seen you in, like, while we work together, do these designs that you aren't capable of doing, or that no one, you're like on a leash. And, like, once you let off the leash, you create some good stuff. And, like, everyone needs an ideas man as well. Like, I think I'm locked into, like, the industry a little on thinking of how to market a lot of things, whereas, like, the best companies have free will on what they do, and they need to do stuff that no one has ever done. And because you've never been locked into those standards, you constantly think about those new things that no one's ever done. So it works best constantly. I'm like a scout, and I think I looked at you a long time ago and were like, he's the man.
Yeah.
And I've tried to do business stuff with other people, and it's never worked. And this is the furthest I've got, because we don't butt heads. We just bounce off each other rather than hit into each other. Like, it's just one of those where it works.
Yeah.
And if it does, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And this one does. So here we are. You know,
it's nice, mate.
Doing multiple things, having multiple avenues, and feeling like we have all the time in the world to do them.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel we're both, like, good at the way of being understanding to each other as well. So, like, if there are things that I'm a bit like, oh, like, Howie will help me, like, and stuff like that, and, like, obviously, like you say, with the ideas and stuff, we will just sit there from time to time. We'll just talk about it, and we'll be like, right, we want this to be right. We'll talk about it. We'll get it right, and then eventually we'll work together for a bit, and then we'll look at it and be like, we've done some good work. And it's nice to see, isn't it? I feel like it's nice just to be like, we've spent our time on something and it's good.
Yeah, exactly. For a business that has done, I want to say next to nothing, but, like, at the same time, we're growing more organically. We're not, like, you know, paying to get our way into anything. We're just getting more and more exposure every single day, whether it's on socials. We've been to Adobe events together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just getting an authentic look at ourselves, and people really like it. I think a lot of the people that we've met are like, two good guys right here. These are people that I want to work with, and a lot of the time we want to work with them, I think, but we just never have decided what we wanted to do until recently, where we've gone more into the industry of music and stuff like that, and it's where everything is linked up rather than bumped into each other. So it's all good. It's all plain sailing, I think, for me, because I am not going to change it now.
No.
As much as I've changed everything else, it's not going to change now. We are diving more and more in. People are knowing the name more and more. And Porridge in the Afternoon is just an outlet to talk about it. So hopefully these will get better and better.
Mm-hmm.
And my concept for this podcast has always been start it from zero and watch us become heroes.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
No,
and because there's no podcast, I think there's always been podcasts where they're already at their peak and they talk about how they began, and they never start from the beginning.
Yes.
And work their way up because they don't feel ready, they're not confident enough, and we're stupid enough to start it from the bottom.
Yeah, and I just think it's nice for you guys to, I want to say, grow with us, because it is literally starting from the start, like you said, because we have spokespeople, we have created things, we've had all these ideas, but now it is like we've got content, like we've got the first pod been posted, we are doing this one now, we are speaking to people about, like, people that we like, that we're trying to get working with them and stuff, and then that's going to be more and more, and going to more events and stuff, because that Adobe event was so good, and we met some really nice people, like a really cool photographer, some other designers, some woman who brought a kid that was like loving it, and he was just like walking around and looking at all the things and stuff, and that was nice to see.
They got pizzas as well.
They had really good pizzas. We kept going back to them, and they had free drinks and.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, and
Some of them were White Claws though, which I don't know about that, but some of them were like ciders and nice beers.
yeah.
So I can back it.
I think the funniest thing was we got there and we were like, oh, we've travelled from Manchester for this because it was in Leeds, and we got there and one of the first things he said was, yeah, we were in Manchester last week. We were just like, oh no, we were like, that's silly, but we did the travel and it was worth it. We met nice people and had really good pizza. I can't stress that enough. And had a couple of drinks that were very nice. I think I had a few more than you, but it was good. It was good.
Well, I had the car.
Yeah, that was it. So I think you just had the one.
I got locked in as well. That car got I don't have it anymore, but I had a convertible. I had a Mazda MX-5. Sexy little car for people who were car people. But I got locked in like a retail car park, and they shut the gates. But because my car is so low, or was so low, I don't have it anymore, I scrapped it. I got straight under the barrier, which was so funny. I have a video of it as well, which I'm not going to show you because we have to edit this. I can't be bothered with that. Yeah. You can see it on the socials. Follow the socials. There you go. Yes. I'll put it on the story, and you'll never see it again because you're probably watching this in a couple months' time. But wamp message, and I'll send it you. There you go.
But something you will see, which is moving nicely on. Maybe I'm getting used to segments now. We have actually, from the first episode, got some fan art been sent to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Again, I think what I'm going to do is, I think we'll get all the social sorted with about talking about this podcast, and then I think I'm going to put it attached to the post about the second episode that we're doing now, and you can see it on there. But one of our lovely, I think our biggest fan.
I would say biggest fan. I would say first follower, but as soon as we uploaded that episode, I followed the account.
Oh,
so I can't say that they are the first follower.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure I'm the first follower.
But we won't say that.
But yeah, biggest fan's fine. And I'm okay if you're okay to just throw it on the video side of this podcast. I can edit that.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered editing the video of me driving under a barrier. But I can pop up fan art.
Yes.
If you hold your hand out, I will put it on our hand. Ready?
Beautiful. Look at it. Masterpiece. Now, that is our biggest fan created that. Biggest fan.
Stop being horrible.
My sister. But she created it for us and she loved it. I feel like we're going to do this for a lot longer because it's quite nice.
Can we? No, I wanna pull it away. Just have a look at it before I pull it away. Go on, get your. Oh, sorry, I pulled it away.
Gone.
Yeah, go on.
But yeah, no, and my sister, I was telling her about it, and she instantly, and it was lovely to be honest. Like she straight away was like, right, I'm going to listen to this, and she listened to the whole thing. And then she messaged me and was like, I'm really inspired by it. And that made me feel good because I want genuine criticism for us. Like, understand it is the very first, practice round of it, trying to get it properly done, getting used to the system, doing all this. And I was like, just give us some genuine criticism and stuff like that. But she said she really enjoyed it and she might be biased, but I'd like to say that I'm proud of what we did already.
I wouldn't say she's biased. I'm pretty sure she don't like you a lot of the time. So it's quite surprising that she said it was good.
I think she's very honest, and I like that though about her because she the only thing she said was maybe the odd little finger maybe pulling in the camera a little bit more at times, which we can experiment with now and stuff, and I think that's nice to hear. But yeah, she was like, oh, I'm inspired and created it for me, and I was like, that's so nice. And we bounced off each other a little bit, and I said, oh, there's this little bit, and then she stuck to the style of our cover art by putting the white little outline across the actual drawing and stuff, and so cool. But yeah, I hope you guys like it because I'm gonna put it on. We'll put it on there, so I hope you did enjoy it, and we'll get it onto the socials as well.
We could put it on the socials as well.
Yeah,
they're not created yet, but we'll create them before this goes out.
Yeah, that's the plan, isn't it? Get everything properly sorted with that way because we've got most things sorted now, haven't we? But I think if we start getting stuff clipped up as well, that'd be nice. Because we can just another avenue to grow, isn't it? And like try and hopefully get out there and meet people and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah.
You said clipped up, and all I could think about was the fact that last episode I had a growing beard, and this episode I've shaved it and I just have a tash. Autism at its best. But yeah, no, it was really nice. I don't think I've looked at it that much because I see double vision since you've showed it me. But I'll look at it again. I'll probably look at it while I'm editing it.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. I swear I remember it.
He did say it was good. He really enjoyed it, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. 8 wines in. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it was rubbish. Maybe he didn't like it. He was pissed. I'm joking.
Did you show it me before I went? Or I can't remember.
No,
Did you show it me when I came back?
Yeah, I didn't send you today, mate.
Has she only sent it today?
Yeah, she only sent it today, yeah.
Right, so I have seen it while I've been drinking. So...
I pretty much caught you off guard. You walked in, I went here.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
no. Ambush me, really.
Yeah, I'm an awful person. What can I say?
I don't even know why I work with him.
Who are you? Oh, that was one of the best things ever. It's so stupid. Another thing that I just enjoy. Every time somebody come up and speak to us or anything like that in work, when we work together, and like specifically go to Howi, I'd like try and talk to him. As soon as they went away, bear in mind I've worked with these people for years, I just tend to go, who were that? And it'd get you every time when he hated himself, the fact that he'd laugh, but that's just like my stupid thing of laughing. He literally, every time, they'd come over and I'd be like, somebody that comes over like literally 4 or 5 times a day, gets to the 4th time of the day and I just look and I go, who were that?
But like, it was like full-blown conversation. Like, we used to sit next to each other and he'd be talking for 5 or 10 minutes with this person. Proper pally. He'd walk away, he'd look at me with the most disgusted face and he'd go, who was that? And I'd laugh, and I think I've got to the point where I can hold it in and look at him and go, God knows who that was.
Yeah.
I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a Scooby who that was. I stuttered that because I thought, is that copyright? That's a Scooby Doo. But it's not.
I think that made us even better friends, weren't it? Because we just straight up were like, you've gone with that, and I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think at one point you used to proper hate us, though, because you were like, I think there was points where genuinely for a second you were like, does he know that person? I think there was genuine moments, but I don't know. But it was like them faces. I was like, he thought we're being serious.
It's insanity. That's what it is, though. That's the problem. I never know whether you know a person because it started in a workplace and then it just ended up everywhere. Like anywhere you went, it's proper conversations with people. But like you're a person who knows everyone as well, so that's the problem. Where I just presume you know everyone, and sometimes you go, "Who was that?" And I'm like, "Does he know that person?"
Proper like mind games.
Is he joking? Yeah, exactly. So I just. Mate, no wonder my head's full all the time. Like, I've just got to work out whether you know a person, whether I know him. Like, maybe
whether they're real.
Don't know yeah, whether they're real, whether they're fake. Because, like, some people are fake as well. We made up Pete Zahoot.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, no. One of the girls in the office honestly believed it for ages. And she'd get annoyed and she'd be like, I've not seen this person. We're like, yeah, he's in the office next door.
Mr. Zahoot.
Mr. Zahoot. And like, what? Who though? What's his first name? Oh yeah, he's been in here for ages. He's been in the office for meetings and stuff. Yeah, Pete Zahoot. Oh, brilliant! I've cut your cough. I know. I don't know what I've got in the middle of this episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that now.
Sorry, Pete Zahoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and she genuinely believed the phrase, and it was the funniest thing ever because she get genuinely annoyed at us, like properly annoyed, and we were just like, right, honestly, please just go on to ask anybody, but she wouldn't ask anybody because she didn't know whether to believe us or not. 6 months went by, and we turned to her one day and we went, oh yeah, Peter's a hoot. He's not real. And I think she went into a spiral. Never seen her since.
No.
We did, but she weren't very happy, was she?
No.
Not at all. Oh.
Not a very comedic person to begin with, to be fair.
No.
So I think that's what made it funny.
Yeah, definitely. I think they weren't taking it very well, was she? But I think it's more because she was a bit like, oh, probably didn't like the joke.
Didn't like our joke.
Our joke.
But no
Moving
worries.
on. No, I know. But
You know what? It's we have a good future ahead of us,
yes.
and I'm glad that's what like this episode has been about, because I felt like it was missing it in episode 0.
Yeah.
This episode has cleared it up for me. So then in episode 2, I can chat rubbish again.
Yes.
And I already know that I've spoke about everything I do. I've spoke about my past, my present, and my future. So now I can just talk about the present, which is me going and getting drunk at wine things and various other things that I'll be doing.
Tagging me in. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Which is
exactly.
that's the next step. Get me involved as well. Because it was one of the things that you were saying about. I was like, I really want to go, but I'm not in the WeWork. So
Yeah. It's a WeWork that I'm in, which is co-working, which is footed by one of the guys that I work with. Yeah. So I'm very lucky and very privileged in that scenario where I won't have to pay for it. And it's mostly because I'm working remotely otherwise, and it just gets really boring on my own. So I have the privilege of working in that place purely for like social and networking reasons. But it also means I can do stuff like wine tastings when they set it up. They did a networking night where they had pizza and stuff. That was last week. I didn't go to it because I couldn't eat and I couldn't talk, and I think I was busy. I can't remember what I was doing, but I was really peeved off actually because I chose one of the flavors.
Huh?
So I couldn't even eat any of the pizza.
Oh no! Did Pizza Hut go?
Pizza Hut might have gone, but I wasn't there, so I can't confirm or deny.
That's a good point. I thought he might have messaged you something a bit rude and real, isn't it?
No, he doesn't go on social media.
Oh really?
Yeah, he only writes letters.
Oh, I thought it was carrier pigeon.
No letters. He's moved on.
Okay.
He went from 1960 to 1970.
Okay. What a guy.
I meant to say 18, but I'm gonna roll with that.
I miss him. I really
You
do.
miss him?
I miss him.
What, does he not work at the
I've not seen him in
building, or-
ages, mate. No, not seen him in a
No.
very long time, mate.
Well, I hadn't seen him since I got kicked out of the building, so.
Yeah. Same, I nearly did.
Oh, yeah.
No, but
I won't cover that for your sanity.
thank you.
But, yeah, no worries.
True friend.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards.
Exactly. Although we are true entrepreneurs who don't need no one to foot us in our life, my mother is still a present person in my life, and she sent us Christmas advent calendars recently as well, which has been very nice of her.
It was.
They are Galaxy ones, and this is the first time, I want to say in about 5 years, that she hasn't sent me a Paw Patrol calendar, so which is embarrassing. She sends me Paw Patrol calendars usually, Paw Patrol Christmas cards, birthday cards for Paw Patrol. This all comes from the fact that I watched Paw Patrol on her TV while I visited her for, I want to say, about 30 seconds. And that was like pre-COVID. Yeah, she thought, oh, you loved that, didn't you? And I was like, yeah, we're all right. And ever since, I've become the biggest lover of it, apparently.
Okay.
I can't name one person from Paw Patrol.
That was my next question. I'm going to say, don't lie to us. Which is your favourite dog?
No, I don't have a clue. I honestly, the only thing I know is the main dog is a firefighter.
See, I think that the firefighter's a Dalmatian, and I thought that the main dog
is a police
was a
officer.
police officer. Yeah,
It might be a police officer, and I know the bulldog is
cool guy.
a cool guy. I think I'm getting him mixed up with like Bob the Builder, because I think he's like a guy. Don't look at me like that.
Cut.
I'm cutting that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
We had an idea for bleeping. Perfect time. All of that. Not all of it. I'll talk about the cutting part. So you'll never know what we've said.
okay, that's good. But yeah, I the only reason I actually know Paw Patrol is because of the achievement challenge I had with our mate, and absolutely shafted him because I played the game,
The Paw Patrol game.
yeah, to get 1,000 gamer score, and
Right.
then he straight away did the exact same thing. He wasn't very happy with me, was he? Because I basically had the perfect plan. So the challenge was that we had like a month, I think it was, or maybe a month and a bit, to try and get as many achievements as possible to get the most gamer score. And there was times I was really, really busy, and I was like, I kind of didn't want to do it at the start, but he really wanted to do it, and I was like, right, okay, I can do. I said, I don't really want to pause the time, but I don't think I can do these weeks, whatever. And then we had an agreement that we'd stop for like a week at one point, and then carry on. He works from home, so he was always like able to later on when he finished work and stuff go on his Xbox very fast. So he was always doing it, and then I had quite a busy month. And I found a game. I think it's called like React X, I want to say, and it was like £4, and basically it was like 4,000 or 5,000 gamer score in like less than 20 minutes. I waited till it was half an hour before the end of the challenge. I talked to Howi and I was like, right, I'm gonna strike. We had a bit of a plan, didn't we? I went, right, he's gonna lose his head now. He's ahead of me by 1,000. I'm gonna strike now so he can't buy this game and can't do it. And I literally straight away, bang, 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 bang. And he rang me up like 5 minutes before and went, "You a fucking idiot." And I was crying. It was the funniest thing. He was fuming, and he was like, "Well, it's kind of just wasted what I've been doing." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." But at the same time, I'm so happy because this is the thing.
He did lose, to be fair.
Yeah,
like,
he
at
did.
the end of the day, you won.
I did.
You know
I
what?
did.
Most gamer score. He could have bought it if he was smart enough.
I know. We had
You know
an
what I mean?
agreement at the start. We were talking about it, and then we had the agreement that it's fine to buy a game if you want. And yeah, I just have to obviously use that card very, very wisely. I'm still waiting for my meal and to watch a film.
You bet a meal and a film, didn't you?
Yeah. Still not got that. I am looking at you directly. If I'm ever gonna get that, hopefully. But if not, okay. But I'd appreciate it. I feel like we would have been going straight away if it was the other way around. He would have cashed that in straight away, whatever the newest film was, and Nando's would have been on the cards for him straight away.
It wouldn't have been Nando's, it would have been Wagamama's.
Oh, it would have been, wouldn't it?
It would have been Wagamama's, 100%.
That's a good shout, that, you know.
Wagamama's is good.
Wagamama's is good. Not been for a while.
Oh, really? I don't think I've been in a long time.
I just feel like it went very expensive very fast, and my problem is I feel like since moving and stuff like that, I feel like I always want to go to all these places for food because it's nice, but then I'm just looking and I'm like, I feel like I'm becoming a better cook again now, so I feel like I'm enjoying going into the kitchen and making things for the most part. At the moment, I've gone very standard again, and I'm just trying to eat just chicken, rice, stuff like that, because I'm really trying to cut the weight. When we moved, I feel like we were both like proper locked in with the diet and like gym and stuff like that. And I don't want to say both of us, but I feel like I like quickly like fell off because I went to Leeds Festival, and then it became like very much feel like excuses all the time. And I was like, right, I need to get back to this. So I started my diet again, like got that pretty good now, I'd like to say. I'm aiming for around like 1,500 to 2,000 calories, and then like between 150 to 180 grams of protein, maybe just tipped over. So trying to stick to that, trying to actually go to the gym now again and going on runs. We've been to the run club, very, very fun. We really enjoyed that. You were talking about a new run club today, weren't you? We might have to have a look at as well.
I can't remember the hoppers.
No, it was begin with S. What was it called? So the one that we use at the moment is Manchester Run Club, and they do chooses currently on the series that they're doing. So they do like an autumn series, which is what they're doing. They did a summer one, I believe. I think I went to the end of the summer one. And this new one, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check 'cause it'll annoy me otherwise. It was
Well, we're getting into running anyway.
yeah.
I think I have always enjoyed a good run because I was lacking at the gym and then I got quite good at running. So that's what I did most. I've got back into the gym more now because I think what it is I used to be quite arm orientated and I used to be very good at lifting. I used to be very good at bicep curls. I used to be very good at deadlifts and stuff like that. And I'm not as good, so it stresses me out. So instead of like pushing through that pain of just being annoyed that I can't lift as much as I used to, I've gone for a different approach where I have a very calisthenics type workout each day of the week, and then I don't work on weekends, and it's worked really well for me, I think. And I think I was in the shower today, and I was just like, I feel good, so it's working for me, I think.
It's nice to see.
And then I'll come back to the lifting stuff later on. I think at one point I was like, I'm not sure this is doing much for me because I feel like I feel good a lot of the time, but I think I was seeing it as a bit of a negative because I always felt like shit after the gym. But I think it's a positive because I am seeing changes while also not feeling like rubbish.
Yeah.
So loving that, and running's just great because I feel good at running. I feel like I'm quite fast at running. You had a mate who was bragging about his time for a 5K, and I smashed him.
Yeah.
So, and he's way like smaller, and he weighs lighter than me. So I was like, the fact that I am taller and heavier and run faster than you, funny as fuck. So that makes me feel great.
Yeah.
What is this run club called?
It's called Snappy Runners.
Snappy Runners.
Yes.
Yes, it's a
Just
new
make
one.
100% sure that I haven't just. Yeah, Snappy Runners. I didn't want to butcher it again. But yeah, so it looks good as well. Like they look like they do it on the weekend as well, which is very good for us. I feel like instead of it being like after work for me and then us going, I think it's nice because it'll be during the day. Obviously, it's getting a bit colder now as well, so that might make it a bit better. Yeah, I just think it's good, and I agree with you because like I used to be in like all right shape, and then like, I've always had a bit of a belly, and I've been trying to work that out for a very long time. But I think when I moved, I started doing good again. I started cutting the weight, and I feel like I then got a bit lazy again, and now I'm back on it, and I'm enjoying it. And you're right, you feel so much better, and it's good because like I'm such in like an agreement with you that I ran a marathon last year, and that to me was such a big thing because I'd never run more than 10k. I don't even think I'd run 10k before, if I'm being honest. I've done Tough Mudder, but I don't even think I ran part of it because we were in a group and we were trying to make like sure we're all good and stuff. I've done that a couple of years and that was really good, but I'd never run that far. And then I went into it being like, right, I'm gonna do this, and a few people, I'll be honest, I think doubted me, and I was like, no, I will do it. Like I can. I feel like I had put moments where I'd be like, I'd say I'd do something and then I wouldn't do it, and I was getting a bit like that, and I wanted to stop that. So I put my name down. I was like, right, I'm doing this, and you will see I will get this done. And then I went and did it, and to be honest, I did around the time I wanted to do. It wasn't fast, wasn't by any means, but I did it, and I was very proud of myself. And people that were doubting me, I think they were doubting me in some ways, but they were also really supporting me as well. Like, I know they wanted me to do it, but I think it was more of a healthy sort of like to try and say do it. You know what I mean? It was like it was meant well, and then everybody that was really proud of me, and that was really nice. But then coming back into running, it's so painful. I went to Vegas, was drinking heavily in Vegas and having a very good time, and then just didn't run again. So the marathon was in April, Vegas was in May. Ended up doing the Otley Run, ended up doing all these different, like the pub crawl Otley Run, ended up doing all these different things of just like going out and stuff, not eating the best again, not running. And I remember like 2 weeks after the marathon, I remember going back for a 5K, and to be fair to me, I'd had a Mackey's on dinner. Probably didn't help. I'm very bad when I have anything bad, I can't run on it. And I had like a stitch within the first 2K, and my mate was like, I thought you could run better. And I was like, this is bad. And but I never went back to it. And now, since the move, I was like, right, I'm going to get back to it. And then eventually I'm going to get back to running. But I get very frustrated in myself when I was quite good at something, and then to come back to it and not be as good. But you just got to understand that that's life, and that does happen, and you've just got to get used to it again. And going on these 5Ks again, it's nice. Like we went on one the other day, and Howie's definitely a lot fitter than me in the running because he's been doing it a lot longer again. Like he's been keeping up with it really well. But it's nice to be like, right, I'm gonna keep up with him. I'm gonna keep doing it, and then eventually I might be able to like go further with him. We'll do all this, and it's good. It's a good health competition for us both as well because it's like we'll stick to it together, and it's nice to push each other in that way. And I think you keep me in check a lot, which is a good thing. Because I remember like the other week, I went downstairs and I was like, I got into being just pigging out again.
Downstairs, there's a Tesco.
Yeah, and it's the best thing ever, but also the worst thing ever because it costs a lot, but it's very good for like quick things or whatnot. But when we first moved, it was always fruits and like healthy things, and then I quickly started going to chocolate bars again. I didn't really go into crisps, which is normally a big thing for me, but it was mainly just chocolate bars and like shit food, and not eating the best. And I was like, right, we need to stop this. Like, and me mainly, because you were doing pretty well still while you were doing it. I think there was the odd time you had a couple of things when I did, but I definitely fell back into it.
My weakness is just eating